exercise that I want to give you is what we fondly call give yourself a cuddle. And I thought this would be a good one because when you're sat in front of the computer, like so many of us are, chatting to friends and relatives, all the rest of it, if you're not careful, what happens is that you get very stiff in this part of the spine, which is just between the shoulder blades. And it's because if you're peering at the screen, if the light starts going, or you've been there for 2 hours, which maybe you shouldn't do, then this starts to stiffen up and you can get problems with where the ribs attach to the spine. Now, the trick with this, which we use as part of our examination diagnostic technique, is to ask the patient to put their head back and look up at the ceiling. If that's painful and limited, then the odds are that you've got a problem between the what we call second and third thoracic vertebra. And that could stiffen up, it upsets the positioning of the ribs, and it can give you pain that obviously comes from this area, can come through even to the chest. It can be, oh, it's so difficult to stand up straight. And there is an easy, simple answer to that. I would manipulate it if I could get my hands on you, but if you can't, then you need to give yourself a cuddle. And if you find that you're getting aching across the shoulders here, then what you do is you put one hand into an armpit, the other onto the shoulder, so you've effectively got elbows on top of each other here. And what you then do is bend the knees slightly, keeping your head up, and then, as I say, give yourself a cuddle. And you rock from side to side, keeping your hips still and your head still. And what you're doing by doing that is loosening these joints in this area. You only need to do it for about 30 seconds at a time, but if you work at it, then you are self-mobilizing these joints in that area. And hopefully that will take a lot of that strain and aching out. You can also then couple that with rolling the shoulders one after the other, but go backwards. Roll them back, get those joints working. If your joints don't work, then neither do you. So you need those joints working so you can roll them that way, loosen it all out, remembering that shoulders are not meant to be up in your ears. Nothing is supposed to go into your ears, least of which would be your shoulders. So roll your shoulders back, again about 30 seconds at a time. Maybe when you're sitting at the computer, then have a kitchen timer, and every 30 minutes, set it for that time, and when it goes off, you've got to give yourself a cuddle. You can do this sitting down as well, but in standing you want to keep your hips still, keep your head still, and just rock from side to side like that for about 30 seconds, and then roll the shoulders back. And that will take a lot of that aching out. One other point I would say at this stage is use heat. Don't put ice on it. Heat is what the body needs. Heat will increase the circulation and help get rid of any inflammation that's sitting in the joints or the muscles. Ice goes into your drink, not on the body. There really is no evidence to support the use of ice on the body. I wouldn't like ice around my neck. There's lots of structures around here that are very, very sensitive. You've got major blood vessels, major nerves, all sorts of stuff going up and down from your head to your body. You do not want to cool those down, right? Heat is what it needs. So hopefully that will start you off, and the next video I'll show you another exercise.